Hello, ladies and gentlemen, waka waka, and welcome to another installment of Ad-Free Radio. I'm, of course, joined by my good friend Pussy. Say hello, Pussy.
Hello, Pussy. I'm not as wacky as you are, Mike. I gotta leave the whack to you.
I got a kazoo around here somewhere. Where's that fucking kazoo at?
Is it a Vine Sauce kazoo?
Yeah, it sure is. But yeah, no, he's pretty wacky. He just tones down the whack sometimes when he's trying to impress people. He doesn't want them to see how wacky he is. He hides his whack away.
No, when I try to impress people, what I do is I put a bra on. Okay.
He does. He needs a sports bra at this point in his life. I do too. We all know about the whole salami tits. I mean, what's your deli meat? What kind of tits you rocking?
Mortadell.
Mortadell. Gotta leave the A off the end of that word.
No, can I be honest with you? I think my favorite type of deli meat at this point. I mean, like let's just. You
like cock meat?
Well, I like thinly sliced cock.
Like when they say, oh, what's the word? Like really thin. Shaved.
Thin shaved.
Shaved cock meat.
I'm sorry. I always thought of like shaving as like a cheese. So maybe like a ball sweat cheese. I've always.
Like a fucking smear. That's like a brie cheese. Like you smear that on stuff.
I was thinking, no, brie's a little bit more creamy.
How many people do you think stopped listening at this point?
I don't know.
How many people you think just X'd out the fucking window?
I think we just got a lot more. Now let me just clarify something right here. In my opinion, ball cheese is like hardened, like Parmesan cheese. That way you have to grate it. Now the creamy cheese, like the brie cheese, in my perspective, is probably closer to ass cheese.
Okay.
Whatever.
Butt butter. No, you're describing butt butter.
There we go.
Point. Yeah.
Butt butter. Yeah.
Butt butter. Yeah. The infamous butt butter.
Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Ad-Free Radio. That was a very clean intro. Clean transition.
We'll get some music for that.
Yeah.
Later. I'll do it with my mouth in another track.
Yeah. I appreciated the way that you ended the last
because
episode.
I gotta find somebody. I gotta pay somebody to make music. It's like, but Mike, you're a musician. No, I'm a drummer.
Yeah, just fucking get your drums out. Just fucking slap the drums around.
Just make it a full percussion
with your salami tits. Yeah, I mean it'll have. On there. Have you ever actually tried to hit your drums with salami tits before? I bet you it makes an incredible sound that's never been heard before.
You're really asking me that? You don't think? Come on.
Yeah, I should have known better at this point in my life. I never personally saw you do it.
Of course I have. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, we got some commercials we're gonna take a look at today. What do we got on the docket here, Pussy?
You want me to go through all of them? Say what they all are first. What do you think?
Yeah, whatever you want, man. Whatever.
All right.
Just
so today what we're doing is we had an idea of possibly doing a little bit of a Super Bowl special.
Football! Ready for some football? Good old American football.
Well, the season's over.
Football!
Well,
did you watch the fucking thing?
You know, I did not watch the Super Bowl. Could you?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. Jesus Christ almighty, are you fucking developing Tourette's, man? What's going on here?
I might probably already have it. I don't know.
I mean, anyway, let's just move on. The Super Bowl, yeah, Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots, I believe it was.
I didn't watch the fucking thing. I don't give a shit about that.
I watched a very little bit of it. I wanted to pay attention to it so I could see if we could find some good Super Bowl commercials because, you know, the Super Bowl is the one time of the year. It's like Christmas for the advertisement industry. They fucking pull out all the stops. Yeah. They put, millions of dollars into commercials.
Disgusting amounts of money.
Yeah. I mean,
it's incredible fucking sums of money.
Yeah, a lot of money.
To put these advertisements in front of people's faces.
Yeah, not only do the commercials cost a lot of money to make, but to actually get them aired,
to get a spot, Jesus,
that costs millions of dollars as well. It's incredible.
Like that's the net worth of me, you, and everybody listening to this combined times like 100.
Yeah, no.
And wait till you see the production value on some of these fucking things.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
One of them is like a fucking movie.
Yeah, the 3 commercials
shot in like 4K.
We actually have 3 commercials, maybe 4, but for that 4th one, we're probably gonna kind of lump it into one of the other ones and talk about both of them together. So let me give you the rundown. I think I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Mike didn't watch the Super Bowl, and we didn't watch all the commercials. We probably should have.
Oh, you're pronouncing it wrong, by the way. Superb owl.
Oh, the superbly?
Superb owl.
Superb owl.
Like just the fucking most splendid owl you've ever seen.
But the Eagles won.
Same shit. It's a bird of prey.
And then it's
a raptor.
Oh my god. You just blew my fucking mind here.
Clever girl.
Speaking of raptors, afterwards in Philadelphia, all the ravenous drunk fans fucking like burnt down the city.
Did you see the guy who ate horse shit?
No, what are you talking about?
He kneeled down in the street. Obviously, he was fucking shit-faced. He kneeled down in the street. He had a chanting crowd around him. And he kneeled down in front of like a pile of horse shit, I guess from one of the mounted police units. And he kneeled down in front of it, put his face in the pile of shit, took a bite, and then like got back up to show like because there was a ton of people around him recording it with their cell phones, and you could see the shit in his mouth, and then he chewed it and swallowed it.
Are you lying to me right now?
I will put the video in the video. I will edit it in so people could see it. Actually, I'm not putting that in my video. No. If you want to see the fucking guy eating horse shit, just Google Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Philadelphia Eagle man,
They're
Eagles.
It's Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Philadelphia
Eagles fan eats horse shit.
Wow.
My brother showed it to me. He was like, "Oh, you got to look at this. You're gonna love this."
Jesus Christ.
And I looked at him. I'm like, "Oh man, you're right. You know how much I love watching people eat shit."
I'm sorry, but that can't just be you're drunk. I mean,
pussy. Of course, he has deep-seated psychological problems. He's a football fan.
Well, you want to know something? I don't know about the fans, but I can tell you the big controversy in the NFL over the past few years and sports in general has been a lot of concussions coming out because, especially in the NFL,
right,
all these players are getting concussed. It's been going on for a very long time, and there's a big controversy about it.
I didn't know the fans could get it. Maybe because when they're watching it in like sports bars, they're like flipping the fuck out and slamming their heads against things. Oh, I can't believe you missed that pass! What the fuck? Oh, son of a bitch! Your mother's a whore! And then just slamming his fucking head into the bar.
Wow,
it's like breaking bottles on his fucking forehead and shit. Sure, I seen it.
I wish I was at that bar on Super Bowl Sunday. That was definitely in Philadelphia, or maybe in New England since they lost. But anyway, I think we're getting a little bit off topic.
Do you think they had any like refs over explaining things at the Super Bowl?
I mean, you'd have to because that's all that refs do apparently.
That's all they do.
That's what they do.
It's what they do.
And if they do that, you gotta fucking buy a Geico car insurance.
Because that's what they do. They save money. They save you money, 15%. Remember?
Fucking motherfuckers.
So somebody in the comments had pointed out that we're giving the commercials more exposure, and that in that this is a thing that I think we touched on last time. But the idea that they deliberately make commercials obnoxious. Mm-hmm. So we'll like talk about them and get pissed off about them, thus giving them more exposure.
Hey, listen, we're not. First off, I don't think we're going to be giving a ton of exposure to these commercials.
Not any more than they already have.
What the fuck
are we going to do?
These commercials are being aired on national television. They're on cable television.
We're not doing shit. We're like pissing in the ocean.
They're playing before fucking YouTube videos that you're watching or they're whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to dissuade you from watching these commercials, or at least that's not what I'm trying to do. I mean, these commercials exist. I think there's an issue with them. I want to talk a little bit about the issues with them. I'm not saying don't fucking watch these commercials. I mean, if you don't want to watch the commercials, don't fucking do it, man. Well, like I said last time when I watch fucking TV, I mean, I usually fucking mute commercials. But the fact of the matter is, I don't care if we're going to give these commercials exposure or whatever. I'm just going to fucking call bullshit on them when I fucking see them. That's it.
Before we get into this first commercial, this has been bugging me.
What's
like, that? I don't know. I feel like this is going to happen every time we record one of these. But in the last episode, when we watched the Dannon commercial, this sailed right over our heads. When I was editing the podcast, I watched the commercial again because I put it in the video, right?
Yeah.
That fucking cup of yogurt. When that woman walks over to the cups of yogurt, this was just eating at me, so I had to get this out.
The probiotics.
She looks at the cup of yogurt. Says to the other cup of yogurt after the woman walks over, something like, "Calm down. We have eye contact."
Holy shit! Eye contact. How the fuck?
Oh my god! Eye contact. But the yogurt Doesn't have eyes, pussy.
Jesus
No eyes.
Christ. So maybe they are sentient. Maybe sentient actually.
Well, somebody in the comments. I'm looking at these comments for this shit. By the way, people. Somebody in the comments had said that I used the word wrong because sentient means that you fucking have consciousness. You could think about things or whatever. Unlike me. Also, I got called out for using troglodyte wrong.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Well,
which I knew I was using it wrong at the time. But it's okay.
Well,
it's like proc.
Well, the important lesson is that we now we know what these words mean, right?
I still don't know what it means.
Yeah,
so nice try. I appreciate the effort. So she puts
yeah.
her arm around the cups of yogurt and sweeps them into the fucking, like, first of all, she looks like, because I watched it like 3 or 4 times because I was so fucking annoyed by it. She looks like she's having an orgasm. Like, it almost looks sexual. Like, if you look at her fucking face in that commercial.
Really?
She's like, oh my God, oh, this yogurt. Oh. It's giving her, like, the tinglies. And she puts her arm around the fucking stack and, like, drags it into her cart. And then the fucking, like, some of the cups fall on the ground. Meaning, like, if they're alive, like, they're in pain down there. Like, they just incurred physical damage to their forms. And the janitor's you caused the problem for the fucking janitor, who was gonna come up later tonight. He was gonna have to clean that fucking yogurt up. Yeah, she kind of loses all fucking mental faculty when she sees these cups of yogurt. It's very fucking strange. I really want you to know how much I fucking really hate that commercial.
Well, you want to know something? There are multiple versions of that commercial.
I saw.
Yeah.
I did not watch them. I'm afraid to watch them.
No, you should not watch them because I mean, like, you're on the edge as it is all the time, and I fear for you. So please, for the sake of humanity, I think you should avoid watching any more Dannon commercials. And I'm gonna ban us from watching them in future episodes.
All right,
just for your own good, man.
But I need the probiotics.
Well, you could still eat the yogurt, just, when you see it in the fucking supermarket, don't sweep them all off the fucking aisle.
She just went she went nuts, pussy. She just lost it. It was like, it's like an animal came out. And
it brought out the worst in her.
God. First commercial.
Okay, so the rundown of the commercials I think we're going to do for this episode all aired during the Super Bowl. And the first one we're going to get into is a Febreeze commercial. We're looking at the minute-long version of this commercial. It's called The Only Man Whose Bleep Don't Stink. Let's take a look at it.
Hi, I'm Dave, and my bleep don't stink.
Well, for a boy whose bleep don't stink, Dave turned out to be a very well-adjusted adult.
Good kid. Bleep don't stink.
Well, we first noticed it at his first birthday. Nothing very pleasant.
Normal. He's a freak.
Got teased a little bit.
A little bit in the locker room, But the janitor liked him.
I miss Dave.
Let's talk a little bit about your ex.
3 years I dated a guy whose blood don't stink. You tell me, how am I supposed to move on?
It's Bleep.
My friend, her son's a lawyer, but my son, his bleep don't stink, so.
That's better than being a lawyer.
Mom, what is Febreeze?
So that was a Febreeze commercial, the man whose bleep don't stink.
The only man whose bleep don't stink.
The only man whose bleep don't stink. Doesn't stink or don't? Do they
don't. I think it says don't.
Don't.
I think that's the official name of the commercial is don't. Grammatically incorrect.
All right. You got thoughts?
I mean, there's a lot going through my head right now. I don't really know where to begin. I mean, I guess I'm gonna begin, of course, with evil parents. Okay.
All right. So immediately we're getting into a conspiracy.
No, there's no no. There's no
Diving
conspiracy.
Right the fuck in.
No, there's no conspiracy this time.
Deep.
I swear. I swear, right near the ball cheese. Right? No, I swear there's no conspiracy this time. But I just want to point out that these parents said. There's a shot of them like smelling a fucking baby's ass, which is just like, okay, whatever. That's
kinda
a little.
Like not supposed to do that.
It's weird.
I think that maybe like parents will do that to make sure that there's like nothing wrong with the shit. Is that a thing?
Wrong.
I'm not a parent.
Mike,
not that I know
Mike, you're wrong in this situation. You want to know why? Because they said we first noticed his shit don't smell. His shit don't smell. Oh my God, his bleep don't stink. Excuse me. They first said his bleep don't stink. They found that out on his first birthday.
So it took them a year to find out that his shit doesn't stink.
Excuse me, how do you have a fucking child? Not even a 1-year-old, a fucking 1 day old, up until the point he's 1 year old. How do you have a child as parents that long and not know this entire time that this kid's shit didn't smell?
It'd be a signifier of a serious medical problem, is what it would be.
It would. Well, apparently, it's not a medical problem because
the doctor
said he's just a freak.
He's a freak.
But I'm just
mean.
I just want to say, I mean, like, what's going on with these fucking parents? I mean, like,
it's just bad parents.
It's got to be bad parenting. Maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this was a fucking.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna say the fucking doctor is a fucking quack. Like, that's a fucking shit doctor. Now we're talking about like malpractice.
Yeah,
it's impossible that their shit can't stink and there not be something seriously like endemically medically fucking wrong with them. Like maybe life-threatening. That might be like ass cancer. How do we know that's not ass cancer?
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a situation.
How old is he?
What now?
In the commercial, like when they show you the camcorder footage, it says the year, right? So that's the year he was born.
Oh, I didn't pay that much attention.
He's got to be in like his 20s, 30s. He looks
like
at the end of the commercial, you see him, and he's like older. So I mean, he's still alive, but for how long?
I mean, this guy's got to probably be about 30 years old or something like that. I mean, I think it said 1995 in the camcorder.
It's probably about our age.
No, 2004. So yeah, he's almost in his 30s. He looks like he's almost in his 30s.
Pussy, you know my shit doesn't stink.
Well, I know that for a fact it does because
no, it doesn't.
Listen, I never wanted to eat horse shit, but I went to town on your toilet fucking before when I came in.
What, just like fucking like cleaning it with your tongue for some reason?
Yeah, just like that episode of South Park when Cartman is, the dog. Mm-hmm. The dog whisperer comes along, and the nannies all try to tame Cartman.
Yeah.
And he tortures one nanny so badly that she gets locked up into a fucking asylum. Yeah. And she's shoveling shit into her mouth from a toilet bowl, going, from hell!
Yeah.
From hell! That's basically what I did.
One of my favorite South Park moments.
That's what I did when I came into your home today, except I wasn't screaming from hell.
Yeah, you did it stealthily.
Yeah, I did it.
You didn't want anybody to know you were doing it.
And as a matter of fact, you didn't know that you couldn't smell the shit on my breath. So
you took a Tic Tac.
Yeah,
Mentos.
Or did you just assume that was my normal scent?
When I associate you with the stench of shit.
Yeah, you should.
And like yeast infection.
Yeah, you should.
That's when I see you. That's what my fucking mind just like. Even if you don't smell like that on that day, my mind fills in the blank.
Now here's a question. Now when I'm not around and you happen to the thought of me pops into your head, do you get those whiffs? Do you get a whiff?
I guess is that like a psychosomatic thing?
It's gotta be.
I'll start to smell it, even though like I don't like when I smell. Like, for example, when I see you text me, I smell it.
Yeah.
And I know you're not near me. You're not like probably miles away from me, but I fucking smell it.
Damn.
So that's a very strong. The mind is a strong thing.
Yeah, it is. It is. So now listen, I'm willing to give the parents of Dave in this commercial the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Dave did not. Maybe his shit did stink up until he was 1 year old.
And it just stopped?
Then just stopped. Maybe they were fucking living near a lake that was getting polluted and the fucking baby fell in. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was like...
So it's a mutation? Like, this is an X-Men type? No, well, they're born with it. So how do you fucking... Like Spider-Man.
Maybe like...
Superpower.
No, maybe like Achilles. You know how Achilles got grabbed by his heel as a baby by his mom and dipped into that fucking pond and he was invulnerable?
Talk about bad parenting.
Yeah.
She fucking tried to drown her child.
Well, she made him invincible, but the only part of him that wasn't invincible was the part that she grabbed, which was his Achilles.
Right,
maybe his mom, at 1 year old, grabbed him by the asshole and fucking dunked him into that lake. Okay, maybe that lake had some fucking special powers, and because she pinched his asshole closed, that's why it doesn't smell when it comes out.
Something like that.
There's a filter.
But it would have to be in the reverse.
His asshole, it's something in the reverse. His asshole.
Only his asshole was dipped in the lake.
Only his asshole was dipped in the lake. That's it.
It was like a bidet type situation. So, what the fuck? What else?
What do you well, I mean, there's a lot in this commercial. First off, I mean, like, the name of the wrestling team was Turtles Wrestling. I mean, why would you name a wrestling team after a turtle? I mean, a turtle isn't the most athletic type of... Why would you name any type of fucking sports team after the turtles? Turtles aren't an athletic
Maybe that's
creature.
the quote-unquote, like, joke.
I guess.
I mean, the last animal I think that I see engaging in, like, Greco-Roman wrestling would be, a fucking turtle or tortoise or...
Yeah.
Something with a really big, inconvenient fucking shell on its back, making it impossible to grapple.
But then again, take a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, they're mutants, so... I
mean, you know, they've got the long limbs and shit. They've got the, you know, I don't understand. You know, they have a shell, but they also have, like, abs. How's that work?
I don't know. That's
I kind
odd.
of don't like them that much. Like, they kind of...
I liked them as a kid.
They're kind of weird. Like, I feel like even as a kid, I was like, that's not...
Wait a minute.
Like, that's not cool. Like,
you're telling me...
Don't be like that.
You're telling me as a kid you didn't like The Secret of the Ooze, Teenage Mutant Turtles #2?
I don't know what the fuck... Is it one of the movies?
Yeah, you didn't see that? Oh, well.
I probably did, and I don't remember it.
I like the Turtles.
But I mean, the fucking Ninja Turtles, it's like they're fucking... You know that the original comic book that it's based on was apparently like very dark and like almost adult.
Wasn't it a manga or manga?
I think it was American. Pretty sure it was American.
Are you sure? I think it might have been a manga.
Whatever, but the point is it was like a black comedy type thing. Like, it wasn't really like for kids at all. But when they adapted it, they into a cartoon, they said, "Wait, we could use this, merchandise it, and sell toys with it and shit." So it's like changed the fucking tone of it.
Of course. What do you think about this commercial? Is there anything that pops out in your mind about it?
Well, firstly, I'm annoyed by the fact that they're saying bleep, like in there, like fuck you.
That you don't
just say shit and then use the effect. Beep, use the actual beep.
Yeah, I don't think it makes it funnier that they're saying bleep.
No,
it
makes it worse. It makes it fucking more angry inducing.
Yeah. It definitely does.
Angry inducing.
Yeah, angry induce.
Is what it does.
Yeah.
I do sentences going.
Yeah, one thing another thing that jumped out at me at this commercial. This is a little bit of an odd part of it. Dave was being interviewed by the cameraman or whoever, and they were asking him about his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of a silence after the question. Dave was just like fucking looking straight at this guy like he was going to
we go into the dark place. Here comes the dark place.
No!
What happened? He killed her? What? She's dead?
No, they interviewed her afterwards. Now here's the thing. She said something along the lines of 3 years I dated a guy whose shit don't stink. How am I supposed to move on from that? So you know what happened? This guy, she was so in love with fucking Dave. She was probably every night demanded that she fucking eat his asshole. And he couldn't take it anymore. That's why he gave that fucking look at the cameraman when they asked her about him.
I mean, if you're going to take this into the realm of analingus, which I think is just an outstanding idea.
I think you have to.
It kind of means that, I mean, here's the reason. Like, I will not eat an asshole. Like, I will not put my mouth on an asshole. Do you know what? You've done that?
I was very drunk when I did it, but I did it.
And you had to be talked into this, or it was of your own volition?
No, I just went to town.
And oh man. Well, what if you remember anything from the experience? Do you remember? That was not the sentence good. What do you remember from that experience, if anything? Said you were drunk.
I remember almost everything from it. I was.
Well, let's not get too fucking. Not get too gory.
No, I'm not gonna.
Let me ask you this simple question. This should cover it.
Yeah.
Did it taste like shit?
Well, when you're drunk, Michael, right, and you go to town, it's kind of a blind experience. It's kind of a senseless experience. So I don't know. There was no flavor that I could discern or recall at this moment. Notice I didn't.
You're like in front of a fucking grand jury here.
Notice I didn't plead the fifth. Okay,
yeah,
I have my hand up right now.
Not that I recall, Your Honor. Your Honor, I cannot recall. I cannot recall the taste of the asshole, Your Honor. I said I do not recall. I do not recall. I do not. So I mean, you know, The reason I personally won't do it is because I have to imagine it tastes like shit because that's where shit comes from. Although in his case, what's his name, Dave?
Yeah.
In Dave's case, because his shit doesn't smell like anything, we didn't have to infer it doesn't taste like anything.
I mean, I guess we could.
Right?
I would say there's a
unless there's,
50% chance of that. I'd say there's a 50% chance of that.
It's like that dude, the Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Man, Philadelphia
If
Eagles, man, we need you right now.
He could actually weigh in on this. Have somebody that we know for a fact, like chow down on Duke.
Yeah.
Like to tell us from personal experience, like whether or not, shit tastes like shit.
Yeah, we need a wise man here. An experienced person.
We need
We need a wise shit eater. Are there any wise shit eaters out there that could,
Dude
enlighten us a
fucking
little
got
bit?
like 7 different strains of E. coli.
He might be dead. He might be dead right
probably
now.
dead.
You know what? I think that if you eat something like shit, I think your body immediately rejects it. Especially if you got fucking a ton of.
It's like wait, what are you trying to do, asshole?
It's like, are you stupid?
I mean, I got a question.
Yeah.
The coach, he said that Dave was a good kid. Shit didn't stink.
Yeah.
And then they went back to the parents. The parents were like, "Oh yeah, he got made fun of in the locker room in high school."
Yeah.
Which to me, I mean, the kids in that high school, or when they're in the locker room after gym or practice for wrestling or whatever, they're just sitting around like smelling each other's shit and like gauging the level of stench, whether or not it gets their approval. And if your shit doesn't smell, that you could end up being like teased for that. Pussy, we went to high school together. Do you remember smelling anybody's shit in the locker room after gym class? Like, was that a thing that went on? Maybe I was out that day. Maybe I was sick.
Well, I will say this: my vivid memory of the scent of the fucking locker room in high school was that it definitely smelled of something. I didn't go around like asking all the other boys, hey, can I take a quick whiff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was a general sense of like ball sweat everywhere.
If you took a shit, I mean, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if somebody's shit didn't stink because you're not running around smelling people's shit.
Yeah.
You're not doing it. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying my shit doesn't stink. You just don't know because you've never attempted to smell my shit.
Well, here's another thing about this fucking locker room. I mean, like, what's going on with the janitor? The janitor is fucking mopping something up, and he's shaking his head and he's saying, "I miss Dave."
So people must just be shitting on the floor in this locker room constantly.
Is that what these fucking is this? You know what this has to be? This is okay. I figured it out. This is an alternate universe. I'm not talking about like how, every movie or every fucking book is an alternate universe. I'm talking about like, no, this is like fucking, yeah, there's some type of supernatural crazy fucking shit happening in this fucking universe where it's socially acceptable and encouraged by adults and politicians for children to smell each other's asses in locker rooms and to shit on floors.
And if their shit doesn't stink, then that's grounds to like bully them.
Yeah, that's you should be ashamed of yourself. Except if you're a fucking parent of the child, then you're really proud of them.
So we're getting into brain theory now. The brain theory, the different universes. The brain theory.
I don't know. I never heard of the brain theory before.
That's parallel universe theory. You wouldn't know about it. I know everything about it because I watched an hour-long documentary on Discovery Channel about it. So let me tell you all about it for 45 minutes. Actually, no, let me tell you all about it for 45 minutes. More like.
Well, he would be more inclined to be able to explain floating brain theory to us.
Yeah, floating brain theory. I mean, the mother says that she would prefer that like her child's shit not stink to her child being a lawyer.
Yeah,
like does the shit not stinking somehow give him a career?
Well, you know what it is.
Does he make money from his odorless shit?
He must because he's fucking being interviewed by someone about
obviously
his
he's
fucking
important.
asshole. So
somebody cares. Like people care.
The people care about.
They wouldn't
him.
make a whole documentary if they thought nobody was going to watch it.
So I think a documentary is being made about him. He's got to be making money about it. He's got to be making money somehow off the fact that his shit doesn't.
He's monetized his odorless feces.
Yes, he has
in some way.
Maybe it fucking cures cancer. Maybe it isn't ass cancer. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe
He's like the world's only source of like odor-free fertilizer.
Maybe he fucking shits out cures for diseases. Maybe that's what he does. Maybe he eats your fucking like you have like, let's say you have fucking like stomach cancer or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So now doctors perform surgery on you. They cut out a little piece of your stomach with the cancer. He eats that.
Okay.
Then he shits it out.
Like the enzymes.
Yeah. He eats the actual. He eats your actual stomach that they cut out.
They cook it. Is it like a Hannibal?
Whatever. No.
Hannibal Lecter type situation.
He's probably in the fucking surgery room. Beep,
Fava Beans Chianti.
Beep. Beep, they're cutting you open, they fucking slice it out. But since this guy's got a fucking iron stomach, it's like, no, anything can come in. So they fucking, you have stomach cancer.
They got him in a fucking cage over there.
I think, no, this is how he makes money. This is how he makes money.
His career.
This is how he makes money. You're in the fucking room, the surgery room, right? They're fucking, you got stomach cancer. They cut open your body. They take out a little bit of your stomach with the cancer in it. He fucking eats it right then and there while you're still anesthetized. He fucking gets up on the fucking table and fucking it's a quick process. He eats it and the shit goes through him and into your mouth, and then the doctors fucking like they fucking contract your
Why
jaw.
don't you wouldn't it be better if he just did it like in your body while it's still open? Like
No,
into your open wound, like in your body? Or you have to eat it.
Why are we talking about so many people eating shit tonight?
Did you think they give a shit? I had a fucking Ark tribe. You're not getting Ark Survival Evolved with the fucking dinosaurs. If you wanted to join my tribe, you had to eat a nugget of my shit. Like that was the entry, like bar. That was the fucking rite of passage. You had to eat my Duke in game.
But here's the thing: now, when you eat his shit, you have to ingest it through your mouth. It has to go through your digestion tract, and for some reason, it's acceptable.
Otherwise, it doesn't absorb the enzyme. The enzyme.
The enzyme.
I'm the one that doesn't absorb them.
But
the molecular structure doesn't get absorbed.
They get absorbed into the molecular structure.
Yeah.
And then it cures your cancer. You don't have to go through chemo. You don't have to fucking get the rest of your stomach cut out. I'm telling you, this is how this fucking guy makes money. That's why they're fucking filming him for a documentary, I guess.
So the phrase, oh, so-and-so's, he thinks his shit don't stink, right?
Yeah.
When they say that about somebody, right? Which is obviously would spawn the whole fucking thing. What are you saying about that person?
Fucking arrogant. About them? You're just an arrogant person.
They're arrogant. He thinks his shit don't stink.
He can't do anything wrong. His shit doesn't stink.
He has no flaws. He has no flaws. He's not natural. He's not normal. He's above.
He thinks he has no flaws, but he does. He's like everyone else because everybody's shit stinks.
Right.
This guy, his shit, Dave, in
literally,
his commercial,
like his actual, like when he passes a bowel movement, like that fucking waste product does not stink.
It does not stink.
So I mean,
so he's right all the time.
Do you think that that's what I'm getting at here. Do you think it carries over into his like his who he is as a person? Like, is he an arrogant son of a bitch?
He didn't seem arrogant in the commercial.
Well, you only see him for like 2 seconds.
You know,
like he could be a total cocksucker.
A lot of people, the people they interviewed, all have nothing but nice things to say about him. He didn't say a bad thing about his ex-girlfriend.
That's like that might be part of the joke. That like they're saying like he literally like he's such a good person and like really doesn't have any like,
his shit doesn't
like
stink.
he's literally he's better than everybody else.
That's why his shit doesn't stink.
In the literal sense, but also in the figurative sense.
Yeah. This commercial's pretty fucking deep.
It is. It's actually a brilliant commercial.
It's actually a brilliant commercial.
Wow, we take back everything we said. Yeah, right. It sucks dick.
Eat shit and die, Febreeze. Oh, and at the end, he asks. Dave picks up a can of Febreeze and he says, "Ma, what is Febreeze?"
All right, that's the punchline.
You know what Febreeze is? You know what it is at the end of the day? It's fucking artificially scented bullshit to spray in fucking bathrooms that people are too fucking lazy to clean. That's what it is.
So here's the interesting thing about that. You're not destroying like the fecal molecules that are floating around in the air. You're coating them in something that's probably toxic. Probably.
Definitely toxic.
Definitely. Fuck them. Definitely toxic. Okay? Definitely toxic that you are then allowing somebody to breathe into their body. So now not only are they breathing in a fucking like shit molecule, okay? They're breathing in a fucking toxin-coated shit molecule.
Yeah, that's what Febreeze is.
Yeah.
That's what any air freshener is. Whenever I walk into someone's bathroom and I smell air freshener, I say, "Oh, fuck." Yeah. Like, where's the fuck? Get some bleach. Just get some bleach. Spray some bleach on your fucking toilet bowl.
Bleach
Wipe
actually
it down.
does something. It gets rid of shit.
You know what I like? I don't like... And listen, this isn't just This isn't just for fucking bathrooms, okay? This is for fucking like women I date as well. When I fucking go on a date and the first thing I smell from a woman is just like this overwhelming like perfume or shampoo, I say, oh my God, this woman must be fucking dirty. Because if you're a person who baits and you're a normal person who doesn't have any type of, like odor syndrome or something like that,
Right.
Come into a date smelling normal, smelling good, smelling clean. That's the difference. It's a difference of
Like, don't mask an odor. Just take
smelling
care
like
of an
a
odor is
chemical
what you're trying to say.
or smelling clean. It's not the same thing.
Do you think
okay?
anybody listening to this believes for like a quarter of a second that you've been on a date with a woman?
Well, I was hoping maybe to get a date out of this.
Is that why you wanted to do a podcast? You thought it was gonna help you meet women or something?
I just wanted to cure all my loneliness.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right.
If anything, this is going to make women less likely to want to date you. Everything that you just said, you realize this.
Fuck it. You don't want to date me, that's fine. I don't give a shit. It's a fucking hard knock life out there. I'm good on my own if I have to be.
You actually show up quite often reeking of fucking cologne and aftershave.
What are you talking about? No, there's a difference.
What are you trying to mask?
Listen to me. Let me tell you this right now, okay? You fucking liar. I never wear cologne. I don't have cologne. I do wear aftershave because there's a difference, and you know it because I know how you.
Yeah, but why so much of it? Is my
There's
question.
not so much of it. It's just the way it smells. Actually, what I'm wearing right now is a combination of tea tree oil and peppermint oil, and what it is an aftershave and a pre-shave. I shaved before I came here, so that's what you're smelling. It's something to stop my skin on my face and on my neck from being bruised or having razor burns. It's not to fucking make me smell.
It's not like like fucking 7 layers of like 9-month-old smegma.
No, it's not. I mean, that's my balls. If you want the 7 layers of fucking smegma is right down there, but like
This is a rancid fucking episode. Jesus fucking Christ.
well, we're talking about a fucking Febreeze. We're talking about a Febreeze product.
That's relevant. It's just slightly, tangentially.
It's 100% relevant.
We didn't have to go this fucking hard. Jesus. Okay, next commercial.
Okay, the next commercial is, again, from the Super Bowl. It's a Taco Bell commercial called Web of Fries, and it stars Josh Duhamel, who is a big actor on television shows and some movies. I think his biggest role was All My Children or some fucking soap opera bullshit thing. I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this commercial. We're going to look at the 1.5-minute version.
I want fries.
Honey, Taco Bell doesn't have fries.
I wonder why not.
Careful where you go dipping around.
Fries seasoned in Mexican spices, dipped in warm nacho cheese sauce.
Sounds delicious.
Someone doesn't want you to taste them.
Big Fries have been riding the ketchup train for 50 years. Now you come poking around about Mexican spices, nacho cheese sauce. You've made someone very, very salty.
The kid's getting close.
So scare him off.
Daddy, look.
Honey, where did you get that?
The clown gave it to me.
Why are they doing this?
Taco Bell's nacho fries are a threat to their monopoly. And you know too much.
Nacho cheese sauce? Mexican spices? They don't want these coming out.
Who's they?
The burger people. They!
These nacho fries are consuming you. Looks like you got yourself in some hot oil.
Okay, so that was Web of Fries from Taco Bell. I just want to make a quick note here so I don't forget that I thought of a name for the episode. I'm going to call it Scatology 101.
Sounds like a good name.
Because we've just, write that down for me.
Scatology 101.
We've been over, like, all of the fucking points. Like, I mean, this is just the course. This is a course. This is like a college level course on shit and eating shit. That's what it devolved into. And you know what? No, I don't think it's my fault. I think it's Pussy's fault. I think because I was thinking like maybe I got to edit some of that out because that shit was getting like rancid. But I mean, listen, how we didn't talk about anything else. There's not gonna be any podcast if I do that.
That was liquid gold, my friend.
Liquid gold.
That was liquid gold.
Speaking of which.
Speaking of liquid gold, you have fucking nacho cheese sauce with Weber fries.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something real quick? This always confused me, and I've never looked it up. But what is nacho cheese sauce? What type of cheese is it exactly?
Oh, it's not cheese, pussy. It's not cheese at all.
It's not cheese, right?
No.
All right.
No, God, no. No. It's a cheese product that's fucking slapped together in some godforsaken laboratory somewhere.
It's plastic, right?
It's probably plastic.
It's melted plastic flavored like cheese.
Yeah, it is a powder that they make that you then supposed to you mix it with hot water, and it turns into like a fucking slime.
I remember
like
that.
Like a fucking neon orange slime. Have you ever seen cheese that was that color? Do you think cheese is supposed to be that fucking color?
I could tell you what, I have become a big fan of cheese over the past few years of my life, trying to expand myself. I don't know enough about cheese.
Trader Joe's.
Now, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Can cheese... like, what cheese could you melt to make, like, nacho cheese, right? I mean, some cheese does melt. You know, fondue, right? That's
Well, see, here's the thing with fondue. Now, this is what it comes down to.
Uh-huh.
If you want to have a cheese sauce...
Yeah, that's what
that's real cheese?
Not melted cheese, like, on a fucking... No, I'm not talking about melted cheese, like, on a pizza, like mozzarella melts. I'm talking about a cheese sauce.
This is I'm explaining that to you.
Thank you.
It has to be continuously heated. Like when you go to a fucking fondue place, the fondue bowl has like a burner under it. Because if you don't eat that shit, if you fucking do, you know, otherwise I guess you're eating it like fucking immediately because it'll get hard.
So why the fuck would you want to eat nacho cheese? I've never understood the appeal to something like that. It just, especially now that I understand that if you have a cheese type of sauce, it needs to be continuously heated.
Otherwise, it'll solidify as soon as it cools down. It's got to be continuously.
So you're gonna fucking buy your fucking your bullshit fucking Mexican fries? What is it called? Mexican spices? No, it's called.
Mexican spices were fucking mentioned in the advertisement.
Taco Bell French fries.
At one point.
That's what it is. It's Taco Bell French fries seasoned with Mexican spices, which I guess is what? Cumin, oregano, and fucking cilantro. I mean. What else?
I still don't know what cumin is. Do you know? I want to tell you guys. I almost called you chat listeners, but just chat members. Probably nobody else ever. But a story from not too long ago, maybe something like 10 years ago, between 5 and 10 years ago, when I was at we had like a get together at a friend's house, and I was there, and Pussy was there, and Iron Chef was on the television, and I asked, what's his name? Fucking Alton Brown. You know Alton Brown on the Food Network?
Yeah.
And he was like announcing it, and somebody was using cumin, and he was like, "Oh, he's using a lot of cumin. That's really gonna get him some brownie points with the judges, or whatever the fuck." He said something about cumin, and then I looked at Pussy and I said, "Pussy, what is cumin?" And then he looked at me, and like expressionless, and gave me the middle finger, and said nothing. He just gave me the fucking finger, and like when he gave me the finger, his hand was like shaking in rage, like his fucking hand was like vibrating because he couldn't contain like his fucking hatred. He just gave me the finger. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. I think he might have been drinking a little bit. And I still don't know what cumin is.
You know what? I don't remember that, but if I did give you a finger in that situation, it was probably because I didn't know what it was either, and instead of admit my stupidity, I would rather attack you.
That sounds like most of the people in my life. Yeah, that sounds about right.
What's cumin? I don't know. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You don't know. Fuck you.
Yeah, if you don't know, you're on your own, fucker. I know, but I'm not going to tell you. Because you know what, that would be taking away like your personal responsibility. You have to find out on your own. I found out on my own. Fuck, now you're coming to me trying to get information from me? Fuck you. You go find out yourself like I did. Instead of saying I don't know.
But you know what? I used cumin recently, in my cooking for black beans. I learned it from an episode I saw of, I think Bobby Flay was cooking something. He said, and I'm going to put cumin in my black beans because I wanted to give it more of a Mexican flavor.
So
it's very earthy flavor. He said cumin is what gives Mexican food that earthy quality to it.
I feel like it's something I've eaten so many times, but have no idea like what specific flavor it is.
Well, think about every time you've eaten fucking halal, or you've eaten, the chicken and rice from the chicken and rice trucks.
That loaded up with cumin?
Well, look.
I love that shit.
The point I'm making.
So if you're telling me that's cumin, that's making that taste like that.
I'm sure they put some cumin in there. But what the point I'm making is, that's not your mama's chicken. Those fucking chicken and rice carts. That's not your mama's chicken. That's not your standard, rotisserie chicken or fucking buffalo chicken wing. That stuff is packed with flavor.
How do you know my mother doesn't work at a chicken and rice cart?
I actually don't.
Yeah, that's right. You
Now
don't know anything.
that I think about it,
you don't even know what cumin is.
I don't.
You don't even know what cumin
is. I'm disappointed and ashamed.
I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, that's okay.
Stupid.
The only point I was making was, there's so many spices and foods out there that we've eaten. We don't know what the fuck it is. Cumin is just one of those, and I bet you they put it on the fucking fries.
Sure.
Now, here's the thing.
Well, they said Mexican spices. So if you're telling me that like cumin is a fucking quintessential Mexican spice, then I gotta imagine it's in there.
There's actually a spice called Mexican oregano, and it's different from regular oregano.
Regular oregano.
Regular oregano is used in a lot of Italian cooking or Italian American cooking.
But it's a different like strain of it, or whatever?
I got no idea, but it's actually a different thing. So that's a Mexican spice. We could very easily figure out what's on these fucking fries. Just
I don't care.
Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
I don't care.
So
can I just briefly? I know we've got tons of shit to get into here, but I need to talk about how much I just fucking hate Taco Bell. Like, can we start with that? Can we just start with how much I fucking hate?
Let's do that. Yeah.
I've fucking I remember some of my earliest memories, going and eating at Taco Bell, having my mom like take me to Taco Bell because I wanted like I wanted like the toys. They used to do toys and like a Happy Meal, whatever their version of fucking Happy Meal is, the fucking Feliz meal or whatever the fuck. And I remember enjoying it until I had like actual Mexican food, and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Because when you realize that it's not even, first of all, it's not Mexican food, but that it's barely food at all. I mean, it's a real eye opener. And then they had the advertisements with the Chihuahua. You remember the Chihuahua?
I remember the Chihuahua. Yeah.
Remember the fucking Chihuahua? We sounded like fucking. He sounded like fucking like Cheech Marin or something. Like voiced him.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. I don't think he.
Or he had like a cholo voice or whatever, or like a fucking
Didn't he only just say yo quiero Taco Bell? Wasn't that the only thing he said?
I don't fucking remember. I remember.
You know what happened to that dog, right?
What happened?
Taco meat.
Taco meat.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue, please.
No, I mean. You know what's fucked up is like they probably went through the course of that advertising campaign. They probably went through like fucking 6 or 7 dogs who died.
I think it was actually one dog.
And the whole time that one dog kept going.
And when that dog died, they stopped doing the commercials. That's my understanding of it. Of course, my understanding is not. Of course, I just made that up.
Well, you made that up.
No,
huh?
I didn't just make that up.
Well, dude, if that information came from them, then I don't fucking believe it.
No, yeah, they definitely murdered that dog. And stuffed it into a fucking tortilla shell.
I think one of the things that I resent most about Taco Bell is just kind of like the fucking smearing their balls all over like fucking like Mexican culture, in a way. And maybe I'm fucking projecting, but the idea that like, okay, this is my best example of this. They put a fucking. I remember when the chalupa first fucking debuted, and they told everybody, okay, this is the chalupa, come get it. The chalupa. I had one at one point, I remember. And it was like a fucking hard shell taco, like a regular hard shell taco that had like a kind of a softer, like bubbly fucking like a shell around the hard taco shell with like a layer of cheese in there. I guess that's what a chalupa is. Then I go on to find out that a chalupa is something. They just took the word, basically, is what I'm saying. And they were like, fuck it. They won't fucking know. Fuck them. Just take a random Mexican word and slap it on the fucking product. Say, oh yeah, well, it's not anything remotely close to what a chalupa actually is, but fuck it. Let's just call it a chalupa because it's a real Mexican word. And then, as time went on, their fucking balls got bigger, and they were like, fuck it. Let's start making up vaguely sounding Spanish words. Gordita. Gordita's not a thing.
It isn't?
They fucking pulled it out of their asshole.
Wow. I've never heard of a gordita outside of Taco
It's not a
Bell.
fucking thing. Let's Google it. I bet you I'm wrong. We're going to find out if I'm wrong about this. I fucking feel strongly that I'm right about this.
Well, I'll tell you something. While Mike is looking this up, he's going to look this up right now. But what this sounds like to me is...
Oh, it's a Shakira song.
Sale el sol, Shakira gordita.
Puffed up Mexican recipe. How to Mexican food.
I don't think they can hear you from over there, my friend. Fine. This is, for me, the notion of cultural appropriation. Now, look,
Okay, so I found it. A gordita, it looks like it's a sandwich. It looks like it's a kind of a Mexican sandwich.
It looks like a fucking... From here, that it looks like two tostadas like on top of each other pressed into a sandwich. That's what it looks like. Could be wrong. Hilla cooking. So to me, my understanding of what we're seeing here with the gordita and all that is it's kind of, you know, what the notion of cultural appropriation is. You know, I guess it's a uniquely American thing, it seems like. You know, that we're, you know, a melting pot. The United States is a melting pot. That's been the history. We don't actually have, like, one real type of culture. I mean, I guess maybe
like Native American culture.
Well, I'm talking about United States. I'm not even talking about, you know, before the United States. I'm talking about United States, because what is Taco Bell if not, you know, a multinational corporation that probably got started somewhere in the United States or maybe even Mexico. You know, at that point, it's just basically a bunch of fucking assholes who want to make money and want to shell out, fucking sell a disgusting product to anyone who's willing to fucking buy it. And there's plenty of people who will buy it because, you know, either they don't know any better or they're fucking addicted to this fucking garbage food, or they don't have money to fucking buy anything else because the shit's so fucking dirt cheap on purpose. So, you know, hey, you know, what market can we tap into, Jim? We could tap into the fucking Mexican market. We'll open up a fucking place called fucking Taco Bell. And now, look, I don't know if this is actually what happened, but this is my assumption of it.
Who gives a shit?
So you just have all these fucking assholes sitting around who fucking know nothing about Mexican culture and don't give a shit about it whatsoever. They decide they're gonna fucking shill what they consider Mexican food to be. And, you know, it's going to be on every fucking corner of every fucking state. It's going to be places where, you know, Mexican cuisine normally would not be able to be had because maybe, you know, Mexicans don't live there or haven't lived there in a long time. Or, you know, if they do, maybe they didn't open up a fucking restaurant and cook for everyone else. Maybe they're just cooking for themselves. You know, like, think about if, like, a Mexican moved to fucking Japan or something. You know, are you going to find authentic Mexican food in fucking Japan? You know what I mean? We don't even have authentic Mexican food, really, in New York.
Sure we do.
No, we don't. We have fucking Taco Bell and Chipotle. I've gone to so many fucking Mexican restaurants over the past few months of my life, just exploring other parts of this city. And I still go back to Chipotle at the end of the day, because Chipotle tastes better to me than half the fucking restaurants I've been to. And that's
like Mexican restaurants.
Mexican restaurants. And that's fucking saying something. They're not doing it right. But to get back on the Taco Bell,
there's like 3 or 4 Mexican restaurants like in this area that I love.
Yeah.
That I will go to over any fucking Chipotle or fucking Taco Bell or corporate fucking trash.
Maybe out here specifically there's better Mexican food, but I could say that it seems like there's a real drought in decent Mexican food, at least throughout New York City. Maybe this is the case throughout some other parts of the country. I'd imagine the closer you get to Mexico, the more authentic you would be able to find Mexican food. But, you know, getting back to this notion of, you know, basically what is cultural appropriation, you just have people who make this corporation who have no idea what they're not offering an authentic product. They're just offering a product to people who've never had authentic food, Mexican food before. So why the fuck not? At that point, they'll make money off of it, and the American consciousness to people who haven't actually gone to Mexico, Americans, that might be what Mexican food is to them.
That's
nacho
depressing.
cheese.
That's just depressing.
Well,
to me.
it's
That's
not
depressing
just
to me.
That's not just
Fucking-
Taco Bell. That's everything in this country. For
I'm
the
gonna.
most part.
I need to say this.
Yes.
And is fucking shameful. But a gordita appears like it's a real thing. However, I will say that it does not remotely resemble what the fuck a Taco Bell gordita is.
We fucked up.
I fucked up. You didn't fuck up.
No, I take responsibility because
I said they made up the word.
You
They
said
they
that?
very clearly didn't
You
make up the.
you
I did
said-
say that.
you
Yeah,
said
I'm not
they
gonna
made it
edit it.
up.
I'm not gonna edit it out. I don't care. I talked out of my ass. I do it every night. Nobody cares.
You made it up. You talked out of your ass, and
Fucking
then I
pulled it
sat here
right
and
out of
fucking
there.
applauded you.
You
okay?
did,
So I'm
yeah.
complicit in this at
Yeah.
this fucking point.
But I mean, cultural appropriation, whatever the fuck it is, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to slap on it. All I know is it fucking pisses me off, and it's a symptomatic of what a corporation does. Is it fucking just it fucking eats culture, it fucking just saps fucking real authentic culture out of a fucking country or whatever or any kind of place. And then shits it out into a little commercialized fucking nugget.
We're getting back to the
Back to
shit
fucking-
nuggets.
back to
yes,
shit.
Yes.
And then instead of having like what could have potentially been like an authentic fucking Mexican restaurant on a fucking corner that would have been run by like some fucking Mexican immigrants, you got a fucking Taco Bell, fucking slinging garbage, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't have hours like
And
that.
for a lot of people, well, they might have 24/7 Taco Bells, and for a lot of people.
Whatever.
Taco Bell, a lot of Americans who don't know any better, that's a pretty authentic experience for them with regards to their understanding of what Mexican food is.
Apparently, I don't have a very good understanding of what Mexican food is, so I'm actually not. I'm not on
Well,
very
haven't you
very
been?
stable
Haven't you
ground.
been to Mexico?
I was in Mexico once when I was like 5, and
Were you
and you want to know the only thing I remember about being in Mexico?
What?
That we ate at a Burger King.
Yeah.
Which kind of should tell you everything that you need to fucking know about what I was just trying to say.
Yeah, that's depressing. I don't know. Maybe
We ate it. We were in fucking Tijuana. I was there. I was staying with some friends of the family in San Diego. I was like, fuck, seriously, I was like 6. I barely remember this trip at all. And we went south of the border. South of the border. you make a run for the border, Taco Bell. Fuck you. And we went down there. And we ate in a fucking Burger King, and I ordered a, whatever, my mom, got me a fucking hamburger, and then the fucking dude, like my mother's friend's husband, said that, because I was curious about, like, tequila. I kept seeing tequila with, like, the worm in the bottom.
Mezcal.
And,
that's mezcal.
Yeah, whatever. And my fucking, this dude, he was like, they put worms in everything. And he looked at the burger, and then I didn't eat the burger. So I just like fucking went hungry that day because this fucking cocksucker told me that like Mexicans put worms in everything.
When I was a child, I had gone to Orlando, Florida to the Universal Studios. I think it was the Nickelodeon fucking place, whatever. And they were doing something crazy that day for the kids. They had this like lunchroom. Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
I was probably like 8 years old, maybe 7, something like that. They would cook food. And then they would serve the food. It was like a dare, like, oh, are you going to eat this? And they made pizza with worms.
They weren't really worms, though.
They were real worms.
Oh,
there was real
Waka
worms
waka.
on the fucking pizza.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they were serving it to fucking people. And
Kids,
I looked at that and I said,
were kids eating it?
Yeah, kids were eating that.
Kids were eating
people were fucking eating it. I looked at it. I said, I'm not going to fucking eat that. And
That's why they call you pussy.
That's why. That's why I'm called pussy.
That's how he got the name, folks.
Sure.
Because he wouldn't eat worm topping pizza from fucking Universal Studios.
Yeah, I think it was Nickelodeon, the Nickelodeon fucking thing there.
Yeah, because it was like Double Dare or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were tying of some shit like that or something.
All right, we didn't talk about this commercial a single fucking time. Let's get to the commercial.
Yeah, we'll get to the commercial. I mean, well, first off, I want to say, I mean, like, okay, Taco Bell. Now you're selling fucking. Okay, this is getting back to the fries. But, like, big fucking deal. Taco Bell selling fucking french fries for $1. You know how easy it is to fucking make french fries, people? You get a fucking potato, you cut it up.
Too much work.
You cut it up. You cut it up really thin.
Too much work.
What's too much work?
What you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Did that at the fucking point where you said buy a potato?
Yeah.
It was too much work.
It was too much work already.
That's the business model, but that's the business model of fast food. It's in the fucking name.
Well, I'm saying this. I'm saying, look, I understand I understand where you're coming from. But when it comes to, hey, I want a fast burger, or hey, I want fast, breaded fried chicken, compared to, hey, I want fast French fries, it's like it's the easiest fucking thing to make. You get a potato, you cut it up, you fucking fry it. You put salt and pepper on it. You don't need a fuck. You should not have a fucking boner in your pants right now because fucking Taco Bell of all places is offering their version of fucking bullshit fucking French fries. Okay.
Well, yeah,
especially with nacho
remember,
cheese sauce.
You don't really like have a big opinion. You think fries are bullshit.
I love French fries. Okay. I don't like potatoes. I do love French fries, but I don't eat them often because I try to avoid fried foods when I can. But I love French fries.
But in terms of like getting a meal, like when you're out and fucking fries come with something. Typically, I remember at one point we were eating out and you were pissed off because like there was fries. You were like, fuck that. Like that's horseshit. Like fries are cheap. They're garbage. They just fill you up so they could give you less food. You made some kind of argument like that. Do you not feel like that?
We were probably at a fucking buffet or something where they were shoveling fucking French fries in our face.
But you're saying you like getting French fries with a meal.
I like French fries. Listen, I love specifically really thin, maybe shoestring sized French fries. Those are the best. That are fresh, that are very, very crispy. I don't know what you have to do. Shit. You have to fry them twice, I guess. Yeah. Then you can top them off with, obviously salt and pepper. You could put garlic powder on there. You could put rosemary.
Rosemary is excellent on French fries. I will tell you that.
You could even put a little bit of like oregano and a little bit of feta cheese on it. It's fucking delicious. But not every place does that. What's fucking Taco Bell do with their fucking shit? With their fries, they give you this fucking nacho cheese sauce, and the linchpin of this commercial, the conspiracy behind it, is that it seems like big fries, as it was referred to.
They're saying
the big
like,
fries.
Whatever. The joke is, it's fucking McDonald's, I guess. But you're talking about
it's the ketchup lobby.
It's the ketchup lobby.
The ketchup lobby, because it's not just why don't they offer fucking like French fries? It's like, well, yeah, because Big Fries controls it and they want it at the burger places. But it's also because, oh wow, once you fucking combine French fries with bullshit fucking plastic melty cheese.
It's the best thing ever that could completely change the industry. Oh my God, that could fucking completely destroy our entire business model.
Yeah, fuck it. Forget wanting to have a family or something like that. You'll just spend the rest of your fucking life eating these fucking French fries because they're so fucking good.
So this commercial contains a conspiracy that you don't even have to come up with one.
It's not a conspiracy. It's the actual conspiracy. Just take. It's a conspiracy concocted by the people who made the commercial. Yeah. It's not me seeing a conspiracy in there.
Right.
It's actually called Web of Fries instead of Web of Lies.
Yeah, do you get it?
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking Web of Fries.
Listen, I tell you this, the commercial, it hits all the spots of like a conspiratorial movie. Uh-huh. You have a guy who's like, who just on a whim was like, oh yeah, why doesn't Taco Bell serve French fries? Look into it, and then someone tells him back off. They threaten him, and then he gets a fucking flash drive with the fucking commercial, and then he's basically gets threatened by fucking clowns. I guess that's McDonald's. That's McDonald's.
That had not occurred to me.
That's what it is. It's Ronald McDonald.
So the insinuation there is that it's Ronald McDonald,
and they're also capitalizing off the fact that people hate clowns, and the movie.
A lot of you guys know.
News recently.
A lot of you guys know how I feel about this. Just the piling on of the colorophobia. Just the constant fucking just hatred heaped onto clowns. It's fucking nonstop. Again, there are people out there that make a career out of clowning. Mm-hmm. Okay? This is not a fucking joke. I'm not trying to be funny.
You do it part-time.
Maybe a little bit.
You do it part-time.
I've dabbled in it myself. Mm-hmm. Okay? And these people have no recourse when a major corporation who has unlimited resources wages, a defamation campaign against them. And that this is, again, they're contributing to this thing. They're complicit in something that's been going on a much bigger scale for years. So, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel bad for the clowns. I have a soft spot for clowns. I do. Have you ever seen the tears of a clown? Do you know how fucking sad that is to see a clown cry?
I know what your
in the
favorite
corner
song
of
is.
a fucking bar, like fucking like he was with like 6 fucking like empty pints in front of him, and he's just fucking crying into his fucking his giant puffy shirt or whatever the fuck they wear. That's some sad shit.
Yeah.
And now Taco Bell is like, well, let's jump on that fucking train.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking shameless and they're disgusting corporate whores.
I tell you,
Fuck!
I bawl my eyes out every time I hear the song "Send in the Clowns." You know, me personally.
Tears of a Clown. That's the one. The lyrics is like the Tears of a Clown or some shit.
I don't know it too well, to be honest with you.
So I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about the French fries. Like, shut the fuck up. It's not a big deal. I'm not happy about the cheese sauce. I'm not happy about the chihuahua. I'm not happy about the chalupa. I'm not fucking happy about any of this.
I can leave. Maybe that'll make you a little bit happier, because I know I put you in a pretty foul fucking mood.
I was in a disgusting mood since you walked in the door.
Oh, man, oh, man. Yeah, so the fucking clown gave his daughter at an amusement park a French fry with ketchup on it.
Ketchup on it, yeah.
You know, and then someone broke into this guy's home. I guess it's the fucking clowns. They broke into his home and they put fucking ketchup packets in all of his pockets, and then he winds up going to the FBI. He goes to the...
At the point that they broke into his house, why not simply just plant the bomb in there? Or fucking go break in, you know, when he's asleep? Maybe was he asleep? You shoot him in the fucking head.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, if you're gonna do this, you just go big or go home. Like, get it done.
You had the big fry guy who was, you know, the white guy with the balding hair. He was like, they were in that conference room that looked like the fucking war room in Doctor Strangelove.
I didn't see that movie.
It's a pretty good movie. You should check it out when you get a chance. Fantastic movie. So this character who represents Big Fry.
Did I just hear you say you liked something?
Yeah. You also heard me say I like French fries before that, so we're on
like,
a fucking roll.
Who are you?
Well, you think
I'm telling you, I heard you go on like a 45-minute fucking rant about French fries at one point. Like I heard this. This is not my imagination.
Context. It lacks context. I guarantee you that we probably okay. I like French fries. I'm gonna state that for the record again. It was the context in which where we were and what type of French fries they were. They could have been fucking bullshit French fries that were like those thick fucking steak fries that I fucking hate. Just give me a fucking mashed potato. Or give me a whole potato at that fucking point, okay? You give me a fucking gigantic fucking steak fry. I bite into it. It's fucking cold. It's cold.
Right.
It's cold on the inside.
You know what? That's what you were annoyed about. They gave him steak fries, and they were like, it was like fucking 3 giant like half potatoes.
That's not a French fry, you fucking asshole. You fucking cunt. That is not a fucking French fry. A French fry to me, listen, you could have big French fries. You could have steak fries. Okay, that's cool. But you want to know something? You're going to give me a French fry, and it's going to be half of a fucking baked potato fried. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That's not a French fry. That's a fucking baked potato that's been fried. That's what that is.
Cut in half,
okay?
and then fried.
Yeah.
At that point.
And you want to know something? Like, just give me a fucking regular potato at that point. I'll take a regular fucking hot potato.
This is the pussy that I was looking for. Thank you.
Well, you know, you triggered me. You triggered me here.
I was pussy hunting.
You just kept on fucking
my mark.
Yeah, you hit the G spot, my friend. Thank you. So what else do we have to say about this fucking web of fries commercial? I mean, we just took a gigantic shit over Taco Bell.
Do you think at all? I mean, this I had wanted to ask you this actually. Was there any part when you're watching this commercial where you thought to yourself, even for like a quarter of a second, that it was creative or clever or funny in any way?
I think that it was. I mean, a lot of money was put into it. It looks like it could be an actual movie.
Very clearly, a lot of money was spent on the production.
They had a fucking big actor, a relatively big actor.
They drove a car into a fucking lake or something. That was a real stunt.
Yeah. I mean, that car's destroyed. You know?
It's fucking gotta be.
The car's destroyed. I mean,
they fucking murdered that woman. Like, his wife is dead. Like, that fucking actress who played his wife. That was a real stunt.
What do you mean they murdered her? She wasn't murdered. She kicked him out of her home.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what happened.
Because he was getting obsessed with the conspiracy.
Right. So this web of fries destroyed a marriage.
But you know, it did destroy a marriage. But you know who's probably at the bottom of that lake that he crashed into?
Her.
No, not her. It's probably the referee's wife from the Geico commercial. I bet you she's at the bottom of that fucking
this fucking advertising.
And she's right next to the fucking Zillow mom too.
Yeah, so this fucking the American advertising industry has something against. It's very fucking hostile to women, isn't it?
They fetishize murdering women, murdering mothers.
It's just in every
wives.
commercial we've seen so far.
Holy shit!
There's been something really dark, like about a woman getting murdered or dying or something.
Jesus fucking Christ! Yeah, we gotta,
and we gotta find ways to further slander the American advertising industry at every opportunity.
Jesus Christ
is what we need to do. But so we could stop things like that from happening.
I mean, listen.
That's what we really want.
Seriously.
Not the fucking downfall of capitalism or anything like that. That's just crazy.
I don't think we're looking into this too deeply. I think we're looking at this as though we're fucking logical, semi-literate human beings who see a commercial and we see what is actually happening.
Not a real word.
Gordita, right?
Gordita, I said. I know there's fucking made up fake fucking menu items. I know there are. I'm just not interested in looking right now. It's bad, people. Do your own homework.
So do you have anything else to say about this commercial?
Well, you didn't answer my question. Did you think it was funny or clever or anything at all?
It wasn't.
Did any part of it appeal to you in the sense of like, oh, they're doing like, oh, I get it. It's like a parody of a fucking action movie or conspiracy movie or whatever.
I think it was clever, and I think it was pulled off well because they do hit all the marks of like one of those types of conspiracy movies. The guy starts out with just an inkling, does a Google search, gets a fucking mysterious package at work, meets a mysterious stranger, gets threatened by a fucking big corporation with money, fucking on the run.
Meets a guy on a bench in Washington D.C.
Meets a guy in the backseat of his car in a fucking parking garage. Gets obsessed with trying to fucking like put the pieces.
Marital
together.
discord.
Goes to the fucking cops. The cops say "fuck you."
Big crazy thing on the wall.
Big crazy thing on the wall. Wife kicks him out because I used to love you. Now you're a fucking maniac. Fucking drives into a river in a fucking high speed chase. It's got all the It's clever in the sense that it has all the makings of a movie, a conspiracy movie, would actually have. But it doesn't make me want to fucking eat French fries from Taco Bell. I still don't want to fucking eat from Taco Bell. I haven't eaten there in fucking God knows how long, and I'm never going to. So as far as I'm concerned, you wasted your fucking money, you piece of shit. You could have gave that fucking money to someone else, to something. It could have gone to a good cause. It went to a fucking shitty fucking commercial to show you a fucking disgusting cunt fucking French fries.
Should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed.
God damn. I didn't. Fuck. I need a Pepsi AC now. Woo.
We'll get you some cheese sauce, some nacho cheese sauce. It's good for the blood pressure.
So this commercial, I mean, it actually ties in somewhat well what we were talking about here to what we want to look at next. I think that we can make a pretty smooth transition to this next.
Have at it. You have the bridge.
Yeah.
And what's this? Oh, fuck. Officer Pussy, you have the bridge. That doesn't even sound like Picard.
Thank you, number one.
Officer Pussy, you have the bridge.
Is that number one? I don't know. I didn't watch enough Star Trek to be in on this. But
number one, I order you to take a number two. That's like my favorite.
Yeah, Beavis and Butt. I mean, I love that show. I could tell you. Actually, you want to know something?
What?
I was in. I'll tell you a quick story, a quick little tangential anecdote of Beavis and Butthead. I was in elementary school and I was watching Beavis and Butthead at the time, and I loved them. So there was an assignment, a classroom assignment.
I remember this story.
That was given to me. There was this photo of I don't know what the hell was going on. It looked like a fucking Mountie in like a town and like
a little
fucking
building, like a building.
He was outside in this little village. There was dirt everywhere. There weren't any roads. It was fucking must have rained or whatever.
It was a photograph. Or it was like a piece of art.
It was a photograph. It was a black and white. Well, it looked brown. It was like a brownish photo. Sepia. It was a sepia photograph, and the assignment was we had to look at this photo and then we had to write our feelings about the photo. And I said, my answer that I wrote down was, I think the town sucks. It looks shitty, and just think what it must smell like.
Right.
Because I said that,
yeah,
I got in trouble and got called into the principal's office. And for some reason, my parents disallowed me from watching Beavis and fucking Butthead.
Oh, you got grounded from Beavis and Butthead?
I got not grounded. I got disallowed. You can never watch it again. Beavis and Butthead got blamed for my own stupidity. Because I used the word suck.
Yeah.
I think the town sucks. It looks shitty, and just think what it must smell like.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe I got in trouble because I used the word shitty.
I think shitty would have been the one to get you in trouble more.
Yeah, that probably was it.
It's like a bad word.
But the next commercial we're going to look at, we're actually going to look at two commercials, and they're both from the Super Bowl. The first one is a Coca-Cola commercial called Wonder of Us, and we're also going to look at a Dodge Ram commercial. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but it kind of goes hand in hand with...
They're like birds of a feather.
They're birds of a feather.
It's like two sides of the same coin, or maybe the same side of the same coin. I don't fucking know. Let's just watch the fucking thing.
There's a Coke for he.
And she.
And her.
And me.
And them. There's a different Coke for all of us.
Especially one for him.
No feet have wandered where you've walked.
No eyes saw what you've seen.
No one's lived the life you live.
No head has held your dreams.
To act the same would be mundane.
What a boring thing to do. That's why there is just one me.
And a billion unique yous.
We all have different looks and loves.
Likes and dislikes too.
But there's a Coke for we.
And us.
And there's a Coke for you.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know the theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. Soul generated by love.
All right, so that was Coca-Cola, The Wonder of Us, and also the Dodge Ram
commercial that, they're hawking fucking Dodge Ram, and they had a speech of Martin Luther King Jr. Play during it, because apparently the Super Bowl aired on the anniversary of when this speech was given. When we were talking about cultural appropriation and Taco Bell being, disingenuous in the last commercial, I think we see a lot going on in a similar vein here in these two commercials, especially the Coca-Cola one.
Sure.
These, at the end of the day, these aren't companies that give a shit about anyone or anything other than...
But themselves and the bottom fucking line.
Their board of directors, their fucking CEO...
And their fucking profit margin.
Their profit fucking margins, making money, that's all they fucking care about. Okay? And
these are not not-for-profit fucking companies here.
No.
These are fucking multinational juggernauts.
These are fully multinational juggernauts who are... They're exploiting the social unrest of our time and the fact that people want to get involved in progressive politics. They're exploiting it and using the imagery of God. How much? What did they had? They had a Muslim woman in a bumper car. They were using gender pronouns in the beginning. They had a person in a wheelchair in a skating rink. We're not saying anything negative against any of those people or those things.
I'm going to tell you what I'm particularly fucking enraged by here, because that's what this is. This is rage now. Like, it's that fun time. This is over now because I'm fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I care about these things. Okay, I'm behind the cause of fucking social justice. Okay, whatever, bites the cock, whatever you want. I believe fucking everybody deserves to be treated with fucking dignity and respect and equally. I get behind that easily. I don't care what you want to fucking say about me. That I believe in that fucking cause. But you know who doesn't give a fuck about it? Coca-Cola.
No, they don't.
Doesn't give a fucking shit.
They
and it's fucking manipulative and yeah, disingenuous to fucking be like, oh yeah, we care. Oh yeah, this is important to us, as if that's not completely fucking transparent.
It's completely transparent.
Fuck yourself. Fuck, eat shit.
Hey guys, look at us. We're progressive. We know the struggle you go through. I don't know the struggle you go through, okay? I'm a fucking white guy. I don't know the struggle that any of these people go through. And I can tell you for a fact, fucking Coca-Cola doesn't either. And if you're a person at home who fucking is, agrees with the notion of social justice as Mike and I do, and you look at this Coca-Cola commercial and you think that they do as well, then that's exactly the point of the fucking commercial. Yeah. That's the point of the fucking commercial. And fuck you, Coca-Cola, for bringing out such a bullshit fucking appropriation and exploitation of these things. You don't know anything about this, and I don't care if Coca-Cola, if maybe you donate $1 million or whatever amount of money here and there to causes.
Those are fucking tax write-offs.
They're fucking tax write-offs. It's fucking bullshit. You're not fucking fooling anyone. And you could take your fucking bullshit commercial and you could shove it up your fucking ass. And anyone at home that your heartstrings were getting touched on this, fucking stop. Take a fucking step back and realize that they're fucking manipulating you too.
I mean, if you want to talk about how much Coca-Cola cares about, its consumers and the fucking society at large, you don't have to look any further than the whole cap to tap thing.
Oh, what is that? I don't think I know about that.
Oh, okay. Cap to tap. Cap to tap was one of their initiatives where they had sent Coca-Cola representatives around the country and they had them talk to like restaurant owners and stuff because they were concerned that too many customers were ordering tap water at restaurants and that was eating into their profits.
Oh, okay.
So they trained restaurant employees in what's called suggestive selling techniques to get them to, so basically if you're a fucking waiter or you're working at a fucking McDonald's or something and somebody comes in and they're like, yeah, let me just get some water, I know that soda is fucking awful for my body and it's fucking killing America. So you know what? It's just loaded with fucking sugar and empty calories and shit and it's fucking destroying my body and my teeth and probably my fucking brain. So you know what? Why don't I just have some tap water instead? Well, that employee is trained now, thanks to Coca-Cola, to look at that customer and be like, well, I don't know. If you get a soda, like you can have free refills. It'll end up being like, it'd be better. Really, it'd be better for you, like in the long run, because it's like free refills, and it's like water doesn't really taste like anything. I don't know what the suggestive fucking selling techniques are, but this shit has been well documented.
Jesus, I mean, there is an obesity.
I don't know what they actually teach him to say, but
there is an obesity epidemic.
They do Jedi mind tricks. They're like, water is not what you're looking for, and they wave the hand in front of their face. They're like, wait a minute, you're right. I do think I want a Coca-Cola.
So, I mean, I think I've heard, some bullshit stories of like Coca-Cola coming out against obesity in the fucking country.
Like public health initiatives.
We're gonna fucking we got Coca-Cola Life now, where we fucking flavor our Coke with stevia instead of fucking sugar. So we got a Coke for everyone. That's
part of this commercial.
That's part of this fucking bullshit commercial. Yeah. Look, we got all options. You shouldn't be drinking water. We got options for you even if you have health concerns. We'll give you fucking Coke with stevia in it or some bullshit
they're
like
saying
that.
But then they'll do this shit. But by the way, I want to see past that into fucking further fucking realms of absurdity. I think that the fucking like the more direct thing that they're saying here is like, oh, if you're trans, well, we got a soda for you. Oh, if you're a Muslim woman, we got a soda for you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You think we're that stupid?
I like to. I really do believe that everybody, essentially is the same. Maybe there are just some superficial differences between us. Like, why would you make this type of distinction as in an advertisement? Saying like, no, you are different. No, you actually are different from everyone else, and that's why we have a Coca-Cola especially for you.
Well, I was saying, like, well, let's celebrate diversity, which I mean, you know what? They said one of the fuck voiceovers said that, like, you know, that everybody being the same is boring, and I agree with that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
the idea that, you know what, it would be boring if everybody was fucking, you know, homogenous or whatever. But I mean, I don't know what the fuck that has to do with Coca-Cola.
Life is
it's again, it's a tenuous, once again, a tenuous fucking connection. A lot like the Zillow commercial in that way, actually. A tenuous fucking connection. They're trying to reach you on an emotional level and appeal to something that you know, is gonna fucking get you somewhere emotionally or some shit, in order to hawk their fucking cancerous, fucking poisonous, toxic fucking liquid fucking cancer.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's I mean, you can't sit back, watch this commercial, and actually think that they're fucking looking out for.
They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. They will sit there and they will pretend like they do, because they don't want their company. They don't want us to sit here and do this.
Fucking bullshit.
They don't want us to sit here and do this.
It's
what they
so
don't.
fucking
It's what they're trying to avoid.
You know, I mean, if like, oh god, I saw this commercial and I was a little hesitant to even talk about it, but it's just like, it's such.
No, it's just you know, because something politically laden, obviously I want to avoid, but this made me so fucking angry.
No, that's the thing you have to understand. There's another aspect to commercials, to making a commercial. You know, you have the comedic approach to making commercials. You know, you have the, you know, whimsical ways of making commercials. You have the emotional ways, tug on people's heartstrings. But then there's a lot of times where these fucking bullshit companies will come out and they will fucking politicize their product. I'm sorry, Coca-Cola, your fucking bullshit soda, it has nothing to do with politics. Nothing to do with politics whatsoever. Why is your commercial politicizing it?
I don't know.
Because
they think it's doing something for them. But
they're not fucking contributing towards, you know, marginalized people, making their lives better or anything like that.
Way.
They're so full of fucking shit.
In no fucking way. And they're constantly searching for ways to fucking, you know, disenfranchise people further. They're not trying to fucking create jobs and fucking for hardworking Americans to fucking make like a decent living wage. They're not trying to do anything like that. That's the last fucking thing that they're trying to do. And that's the real positive impact that they can have on the world. More so than going and donating $1 million to a fucking charity. Like, be a fucking socially responsible corporation.
I don't think that it actually exists. I don't think it exists.
Is this like an oxymoron?
I think that's an oxymoron. I mean, it's a corporation. If it exists to make profit, which I understand, you know, I mean, like, that's human nature. Humans are very fucking greedy. That's why fucking capitalism exists, and why it probably will exist for a very long time after we're gone. It's human fucking nature. You know, as long as, if you're a poor person and you have within you the desire to be rich, capitalism's going to exist in some way or shape or form. It's going to exist for the rest of your fucking life, okay? Because that's the fucking hope of capitalism, is that you can become someone who has power, who has money, and once you
upward mobility,
not just upward mobility, but mobility to the point where there is no cap on that mobility. Mm-hmm. People will want that. People look at, you know, rich people, look at billionaires. People look at, we're gonna see trillionaires soon within our lifetime. By the time we die, people are gonna look at billionaires. They're gonna look at trillionaires, and they're gonna say, "I would love to live a life like that." There's a lot of people that will also say, hey, you know what? I just want a fucking $1 million, a couple $1 million. I'll be cool with that. But you want to know something? Once you get a little bit of money like that, and you start thinking, well, I could start expanding and growing and growing and growing. Where does the growth stop? We're talking about human nature. Yep. Okay? It's not going to go away. So that's what fucking corporations are. Unless you go out with your friends and you have this understanding that you're going to limit yourself to a certain amount of success, and you're only going to accept a certain amount of money, maybe you're a nonprofit or whatever, you're going to cap your success or how much money you make or how much you make personally. I mean, it exists, but it's not going to overtake human nature, because you would have to change people's fucking DNA to fucking dream to attain to such heights.
This is the reason why they say, like, you know, like, communism doesn't work.
No, I don't know why communism doesn't work. I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you.
Well,
You know, I haven't really
the fact that, you know, you're not going to sit there and fucking let somebody else, like, fucking make the same amount of money as you when you work twice as hard as they do.
Well, I think part of the problem with communism,
gonna piss you
when I think
off.
of the Soviet Union, I think part of the reason why it failed was because it like, if you have that government control of markets and you have the government control of, you know, like basically what corporations are today, except instead of they're being controlled by a fucking CEO or a
It's controlled by the government.
It's controlled by the government. You're not taking out the fucking the greed element.
Mm-hmm. You're just transferring it to other people.
You're just
to
transferring
the government.
You're transferring it from
from
fucking board members.
That's a great point.
CEOs
That's a
to
great
fucking
point.
government officials. You know, I mean, that's
So the fucking greed is going to be there no matter what the fuck kind of
look at all
system.
the billionaires in China. You know, China's apparently a communist country. They control
Right.
all the corporations and shit like that. But
Yeah.
this fucking billionaires, this people are rich. You know what I mean? Like, it exists.
It's fucking how it is.
Now, but when we talk about fucking corporations, you talk about socially responsible. It's impossible, in my perspective, that a corporation as big as Coca-Cola, something that it is worth billions of dollars, is a large cap fucking company, can ever be socially responsible. Because even if they do fucking donate money to fucking, you know, marginalized groups or whatever like that, you can sure as shit bet that in the production of their fucking product, somewhere in the entire production in this world, they're fucking undermining any type of progress that they fucking put in.
And you think that's you think that's unavoidable.
That's unavoidable.
By the nature of what it is.
The nature of corporations, the nature of fucking humans, the nature of human beings, because I think fucking humans are fucking naturally fucking greedy. And even,
I agree with you.
Here's
you.
the thing.
Yeah, I agree with you
It's not
strongly.
just greed. It's not just greed. I mean, you could take like into consideration. I look at violence. Okay, look at violence. You can have a totally perfect world where, you know, you have a utopia, nobody's violent. Guess what? When one person, if you don't have any type of like infrastructure to deal with violence because you've never experienced it, once one person becomes violent, game over. Everything changes. Humans are violent. We're never going to get rid of crime. We're never going to get rid of violent crime, no matter how many fucking like laws we have or how many police you have. You're never going to get rid of it. You're never going to get rid of greed. People are always going to be fucking greedy. And you want to know something? Capitalism is just the latest fucking, you know, version of how to create an economy and maintain an economy based on human greed. That isn't something along the lines of, hey, let's have fucking slaves.
It's depressing.
You know, I mean,
It's fucking depressing. It's
but
grim.
I want to fucking bring it back.
Waka waka!
I'm bringing it fucking back to Coca-Cola, okay? With this fucking bullshit fucking commercial that they're pulling on fucking liberal heartstrings to fucking say, hey, look, we're fucking progressive. We know that these marginalized people have these fucking problems.
Yeah.
So buy our fucking product because we're fucking socially aware. Fuck you! You're not, you fucking cunts.
So this is like what they call virtue signaling.
Is
Which
this what virtue signaling is?
I honestly don't know what it is because I see that fucking thrown around so often. I have to imagine it's being used incorrectly. I've been accused of virtue signaling in what I do. And I mean, I guess it's like if virtue signaling is me sitting here and like saying what I think and feel and believe, then I guess I'm guilty of it, sure. But like, I don't think it fucking matters if a fucking individual does it. I think more matters if like a corporation does it, because I think what virtue signaling might mean.
You don't put your money where your fucking mouth is.
Well,
you're talking.
No,
about
not necessarily that, but more that like you are willing to like throw yourself behind an ideology or something because you think it's going to benefit you somehow. I mean, probably in their case, you know, financially.
Well, I don't think anyone should ever fucking throw themselves behind the fucking ideology of anything.
I agree with.
Okay,
I
once
agree
you
with
become
that
a
too.
fucking ideologue, you shut down from being able to see the whole picture.
The whole picture. I agree. But in this fucking case, I don't know. Is it virtue signaling? Is fucking? Is
I
it?
think
I don't know what the fuck. Again, I'm not sure what the fuck that means.
If I could guess what virtue signaling is, it's you are. I think it's something that's referred to individually on an individual basis rather than like a corporation or something like
No,
that.
when I looked in the fucking comments, which I'm not looking at again because they're absolutely fucking virulent and disgusting.
They were saying Coca-Cola.
Oh my god, it was fucking outrageous.
Well, yeah, think about what
There was
signal
somebody-
means.
right.
Like you shoot up a signal, you're lost in the fucking middle of the woods. You're shooting up a signal. It says, "Hey, look at me, look, I'm here." You're shooting up your virtue. You're saying, "Look how virtuous I am. This is how
This
virtuous
is
I am."
this
But
is what
it's-
I believe. This
but
is
it's really,
my.
But it's really a superficial type.
I mean,
of thing.
in this case, it's total horseshit. I mean, we both know they don't give a fuck about anything in that commercial.
Then it really would be. This commercial would be virtual signaling by our understanding of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say like an individual's virtual signaling, no, fuck you, okay? You want to something? Let me explain to you why a fucking individual can't virtual signal, in my perspective. Because if you're someone who actually fucking believes this thing, you fucking believe it. It's your fucking opinion, okay? Just because you're not fucking out there fucking becoming a fucking lawyer, a civil rights lawyer, or
Right.
you're not becoming a fucking politician,
Right.
doesn't make you a fucking hypocrite for believing
Right.
that.
You're-
So
you're
if you get called a fucking virtue signaler
Yeah.
because you express what you believe, hey, fuck you, you fucking asshole. You fucking think that? Fuck you, you're a fucking
Well, you
asshole.
realize like you're not allowed to like have an opinion after a certain point. Like after a certain point of like popularity or something, you're not allowed to have an opinion.
Well, you
like
could-
when Vinny talked about the fucking net neutrality thing, and a bunch of people made comments on his video calling him like a cuck and shit. Because he had an opinion, they were like, "Well, you fucked up. I like when you just shut the fuck up and play video games. You're not allowed to talk about things that aren't video games. Fuck you."
Hey, people are allowed to have opinions, whether you're educated about them or not. I mean, that's what this fucking country's about. That's
Oh, sure,
part of
there's fucking the majority of opinions are uneducated.
Could you
Mine
ima-
are uneducated.
could you
Look at me,
imagine-
I'm a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
I just fucking said chalupa is not a real word. Gordita.
Gordita.
Gordita. They made it up. It's a fake fucking word. It's totally not.
And you want to know something? I mean, the Taco Bell bullshit from before, that bullshit with that fucking corporation, with that company, that's bullshit in a similar vein. It wasn't political with Taco
It's
Bell.
horseshit of a different flavor.
It's all horseshit. It's all horseshit. It just depends. Is there fucking nuggets of grass in the shit, or are there fucking like corn pellets in there? That's the only difference here. It's all shit at the end of the fucking day.
It's all just manipulative fucking like mind control tactics. The fucking the MLK commercial is the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's just the same thing in a different way. I mean, they're fucking,
The MLK commercial got a lot of hate. It got called out for exactly what we were talking about. And this is why I wanted to show that alongside with the Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah.
Because I think Coca-Cola and this fucking MLK commercial, Dodge Ram commercial, it's birds of a feather.
It's the same shit. Martin Luther King was, he had a lot of problems with capitalism. Like, he didn't like it. As far as I know. I'm not a fucking expert on the guy, but he saw the danger and the harm potential in fucking, really, really aggressive, like, unchecked capitalism. And he would speak about that.
He saw it
from
for
time
what
to
it
time.
is.
He saw it for what it was. Dude was very smart. I think that this is just, let's fucking, let's invoke this fucking, this great fucking, like, American and play his fucking speech while we try to fucking hawk a car.
The tenuous connection was that it was the anniversary of the speech, like 40 or 50 years ago.
I don't know what that has to do with their car. Truck. It's a truck.
It has nothing to do with it.
I mean, here, remember this guy? Buy a truck.
It's
what?
Again, it's a dumber version of the Coca-Cola commercial.
Right. It's a less fucking insidious. It's just
equally
as
insidious.
Equally insidious, but it's less intelligent.
It's not done as well as the Coca-Cola commercial.
It's not right. It's not done as intelligently.
Okay,
as
because people walked away from the Coca-Cola commercial feeling good about that commercial.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
but those same people probably walked away feeling bad about the Dodge
Yeah,
commercial.
yeah,
It's the same fucking thing.
It is. All right.
right.
We gotta wrap this fucking thing. We just raged out for like an hour. There were like no jokes. There was no laughing. It was just anger and like fucking
Hey, well, listen.
cuntiness.
Sometimes, I mean, there's a lot of anger in commercials. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a
Let's
lot of
make
things
a couple
to be
of
angry about.
let's make a couple of jokes before we wrap it up like for the night.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't know.
You got any fun?
I've
You got any
no-
fun things to talk about?
I've got no jokes. Okay, I could tell you a joke. I could tell you a joke from The Sopranos that I heard off The Sopranos.
Go ahead.
Okay. So guy comes home, husband comes home from work, He's got a duck under his arm. Walks into the living room. His wife's there looking at him. He says, "This is the pig I've been fucking." The wife says, "That's a duck." The man says, "I wasn't talking to you." Thank you. Probably butchered that one.
Well, you didn't butcher it, but that's,
Go back and listen to it. What do you think?
What, right now?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. It's fine.
All right, fucking don't even use it then. Do you have any jokes?
I'm tapped. I just edited these videos. I'm fucking drained. There's not an ounce of fucking joviality left in my body at this point. There's not an ounce of mirth left in my body. I just fucking you know how like you jerk off like fucking 10 times in a day and it's just fucking chafed and like you're fucking yanking and there's like it's like please stop, please. That's my sense of humor after these videos. That's my sense. It's just fucking totally drained. It's in pain. Like it needs some fucking rest.
This is good though. We need to get that out because if we don't get this out, look, we watch these commercials and I know it's got to be the same for some of the people at home. You watch these commercials too. You might feel something like, we've let out. It's there. If you don't let it out, like you said last time, Mike, it's psychological warfare. These commercials are psychological fucking warfare. You have to fucking see them for the bullshit that they are. You have to call them out on their fucking bullshit. If you don't, you're going to internalize that rage and you're going to wind up fucking doing something bad to yourself or to other people. So
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
Okay, let's fucking end this literal shit show.
Shit show.
Okay, so just on a final note, fuck Dodge, fuck Coca-Cola, fuck Taco Bell, and fuck
Febreze
fuck
too.
Febreze. What was that? That was it.
That
okay.
was it. That's all.
Guys, have an awesome night. Thank you for listening to the show tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Jabroni Mike.
I'm Pussy.
And have a very lovely evening and stay away from the fucking advertisements.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Not again, man. Could you just stop? You're actually embarrassing yourself. Everything that we said before in the podcast, that's fine. This is the most embarrassing thing you could do.